I'm Andrew Edwards, you're watching Gear Live, and people have been sleeping on the new Apple AirPods Max. And in this episode, I'm gonna explain exactly what I mean by that. What's going on, Tech Squad? Andrew Edwards here, and as I mentioned today, we are talking about Apple's AirPods Max over-ear headphones and the fact that people seem to be sleeping on these, although not everybody. These are back ordered by 12 to 14 weeks at apple.com. They've also sold out at Verizon and at Best Buy. So 3 to 3.5 months back ordered means not everybody's sleeping on these, but I've been seeing a lot of people on social media complaining and giving all sorts of reasons why someone shouldn't buy these, while simultaneously ignoring several reasons why someone might want to buy these. Now, obviously, these are Apple's AirPods Max. They sent them over for review. I've been using them for about 3 days now. Now, the baseline for great headphones at around $350 seems to be something that is comfortable and has superb noise cancellation. In my opinion, the AirPods Max provides both of those things, but also offers additional features that you won't find in headphones like the Bose QC35 or 700, or even the Sony WH-1000X M4 that everyone on social media who's mad about the price of the AirPods Max keeps pointing to. So let me tell you about the features that genuinely make a difference in the AirPods Max, which you won't find on those other headphones. But just as a reminder though, Apple still does offer its own headphone at the same price point as those others in the Beats Studio Wireless 3. Why do the differences in the AirPods Max matter? Well, because when we talk about Tesla, for example, we don't ignore the instant torque of an all-electric vehicle or the fact that it has the autopilot feature, and instead only focus on the fact that it has a steering wheel. When we talk about the Google Pixel and the kind of photos it can take, we don't focus on the hardware of the camera, we focus on how good the photos end up looking. With the AirPods Max, there's more to them than just being noise canceling over-ear headphones. Just like with a Tesla, there's more to it than a steering wheel and getting from point A to point B. There are other features that should be considered if you want to make an informed decision. And that doesn't mean that you'll find value in those features, just like we know that not everyone finds value in a Tesla vehicle. Whether you can afford it or not, the feature set has to be meaningful enough to you. Now, this is not my full review on the AirPods Max, as that's coming in a couple of days. This is just looking at a few of those key areas that set these apart from the competition. Now, I'm also considering doing a video where I share with you the audio tracks that I use to test all the headphones that come in. So if you want to see a video where I share each song and a link to a playlist along with what I'm listening for in each track, hit that like button and drop a comment down below letting me know. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it when that video drops. All right, let's get started by talking about the first thing that's very obvious with the AirPods Max, and that's the build quality. And I'll tell you right away, the AirPods Max destroys the less expensive competition as well as Apple's own Beats headphones. Instead of the cheap plastic construction, you get high quality stainless steel in the headband covered by this soft coating with a unique breathable mesh canopy that distributes the weight evenly for comfort. The telescoping arms are so precise and smooth, doing away with that standard click, click, click that you're used to on other headphones. You get anodized aluminum on the ear cups, which independently pivot and rotate to conform to your head. And the ear cushions are memory foam wrapped in Apple's knit textile. It's also breathable and super comfortable. Now, hand these to anyone and instantly they'll see the higher quality of the materials used to make them. Now, that's the hardware, but the real magic is gonna be in the software. Powered by Apple's H1 chip, it's the computational audio that really makes all the difference here. Going back to that Google Pixel camera comparison example, it's not that Google has the best camera hardware in the game, it's that Google's computational photography algorithms are so good when paired with the camera that it uses that a lot of people sit up and take notice of the end result. I'd argue that when it comes to computational audio, no one is doing as good a job as Apple has been over the past couple of years, as evidenced by features like spatial audio on the AirPods Pro. And Apple isn't skimping on materials here. The 40mm dynamic driver with dual neodymium ring magnets, which you typically find in floor standing speakers, shows Apple is serious about great sound. Heck, the harmonic distortion level of the AirPods Max is under 1%, even at max volume, which is outstanding. So the first feature we want to talk about is going to be the active noise cancellation. And this is one where Bose and Sony are both similarly fantastic. You turn it on and it makes the world around you go quiet so you can focus on the music, the podcast, or other audio that you're listening to. AirPods Max provides two modes here though: full noise cancellation, which silences everything around you, and transparency mode, which computationally lets you hear things around you while you're still hearing the content that you're listening to. So to be clear, transparency mode is still part of active noise cancellation. You can still turn both of those off completely. But why is that important? Because turning off noise cancellation completely actually makes it harder to hear what's around you than if you put the headphones into transparency mode. Transparency mode uses the 8 external microphones and then layers in the sound around you with the content that you're listening to, again using computational audio algorithms. So even while your ears maintain the seal of the headphones, you can hear what's going on, and other headphones typically just have an on or off switch for the noise cancellation, although some of them are starting to let some sound through. Next, let's talk about spatial audio with dynamic head tracking. This is arguably the most noticeable feature on the AirPods Max, in my opinion. If you're watching video content that supports Dolby 5.1, 7.1, or Dolby Atmos sound, it instantly feels like the AirPods Max have been removed from your head and the sound is just filling the entire room that you're sitting in rather than coming from a pair of headphones. And it really is uncanny, and this is a feature that you can't replicate with other headphones, with the exception of the AirPods Pro, which support the same feature. Spatial audio with dynamic head tracking is something you really have to hear for yourself to experience it, similar to using a VR headset. If you've ever used VR, then you know that trying to explain to someone who's never used it, you can't truly communicate what it's like. It's something you have to try and experience for yourself to really get it, and that's spatial audio with dynamic head tracking for me. The dynamic head tracking part is in reference to how the AirPods Max has built-in gyroscopes and accelerometers, which work in tandem with the gyroscope and accelerometers in your iPhone or iPad. Based on the data from both devices, the AirPods Max locks the audio to the device and will dynamically make it sound like the audio is coming from the direction of your device. So if you put the AirPods Max on and your device is in front of you and you turn your head to the left, then the majority of the sound will now be hitting your right ear because the audio is locked to that device in front of you. Now this will also happen if you keep your head facing front, but take your device and move it over to the right side of your head. As you move your device, the sound will travel with it. Now this feature is so impressive, and if you watch movies and TV regularly on your headphones, then it's one of the main reasons to consider the AirPods Max over something like the Bose QC35 or Sony WH-1000XM4s. Now if you want to experience spatial audio with dynamic head tracking for yourself, put on your AirPods Max or even AirPods Pro and put on season 2, episode 2 of The Mandalorian and just watch the first 5 minutes. If you do it, let me know what you think down in the comments below. All right, now let's talk about adaptive EQ. This is a powerful, underrated feature on the AirPods Max. Now, when I see people online saying there are better deals for better headphones, and then I point this out, I have had several people say they didn't even realize that this was a thing or that this is the case. There are 3 pairs of over-ear headphones that you can buy right now that support adaptive EQ, and I will explain the feature in a second. The 3 headphones cost $549, $599, and $1,499. The AirPods Max are the cheapest at $549. Now, adaptive EQ uses microphones to listen to what's going into your ears, and it adjusts the low and mid frequencies on the fly in real time based on several factors. These include the fit and seal around each of your ears, taking into account things that might break the seal. So you have your headphones on like so, and let's say you wear eyeglasses and the stems of your glasses kind of break the seal right there by your ear. Or maybe you have ear piercings and you're wearing ear jewelry that just break the seal a little bit. Or even you might have your hair styled in such a way that it comes between the seal of the headphones and the side of your head. The AirPods Max can make up to 200 adjustments per second in each ear, thanks to Apple's Ace 1 chip, ensuring your music is constantly balanced properly and that detail remains rich. The headphones know what the music is supposed to sound like and will adjust accordingly to make sure you're getting the best sound. Now, this is all thanks to Apple's computational audio prowess that I talked about earlier. The headphones are doing the work and compensating for any inconsistencies to give you the best sound that they can, processing the audio going through the speakers and listening to it inside the ear cup and adjusting it on the fly. Again, you may not personally think that the much higher build quality or the build materials, the spatial audio with dynamic head tracking, adaptive EQ, or Apple's way of doing noise cancellation, which allows for optionally layering your surroundings with what you're listening to in transparency mode, to be valuable enough to pay extra for. But those features also aren't nothing. They're features that Apple is offering here that you just aren't seeing in $350 headphones. And again, don't forget, Apple does have a headphone in that $300 to $350 range in the Beats Studio Wireless 3. Those are the AirPods Max, and those are the specific features that are setting these apart for me when I'm comparing them to my Bose and my Sony headphones. These are about more than just being over ears with noise cancellation. There's a lot of processing going on here which make these similar to computers on your ears. Any questions you have about the AirPods Max, drop them down in the comments below. I will meet you there for further discussion. Again, my review of the AirPods Max is coming in just a couple of days. And if you want to see how I test headphones and check out the playlist that I've built and used for testing all the headphones that come through, let me know in the comments below. And if it seems that enough people want it, I'll definitely make it happen. Thank you so much for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andrew Edwards, and I will catch you in the next video.